London Center Cessna 237 is at 600 feet climbing 3,000 feet.
Cessna 237 London Center altimeter 29.92 continue as planned. decimal 5, 8 miles southwest. Descend and maintain 3,000 feet. Keep speed not above 220 knots. Expect ILS runway 27 left approach by Oscar Charlie Kilo transition. Clear to Oscar Charlie Kilo. Descend and maintain 3,000 feet. Keep speed not above 220 knots. Expect ILS runway 27 left approach via Oscar Charlie Kilo transition. Clear to Oscar Charlie Kilo speedbird 2551.
Oh my goodness, I am so sorry I had my microphone out of the way. I'm sorry, Bex. I'm glad you pointed that out. Oh, yes, there we are. Okay. I was talking about...
123.155.
Yeah, so this is just a cheeky flight. There's some areas I kind of recognize the names like Donington, stuff like that. I just let Nick know that we're doing this cheeky little flight here along the south of the UK. Yeah, I was just kind of tinkering around with the plane and thought, you know, I just like to see how it is in the UK. You know, if we have no. Trust me, Bex. If I was in a mood, I would not be screaming. No, not at all. So, yeah, when my microphone's kind of swiveled up out of the way, it automatically cuts it off, so nobody can hear me. So sorry about that. All right, let's zoom in the map a little bit now. We should start to see our. There we go. So, yeah, sorry about that. I just messaged Mick too, just to let him know we were having this cheeky little flight. So, see if he pops in, have a little laugh. Yeah, there's some names like Donington I recognize, but I don't know. Look at that sunset, though. Doesn't get much better than that. Oh, we are not anywhere near 160 knots.
Keep speed not above 160 knots. Expect RNAV runway 02 approach via EDPOD transition. Cleared to EDPOD Cessna 237.
So I just took off from Solent or something like that, and we're just flying along the south here, and we're on our way to Shoreham. So yeah, that's where we are right now. I picked two just very small airports just to take off from, but I think they're probably in real life they're closed. So I tried to do a push, like start up the engine and all that at Solent, and it didn't allow me to request for a pushback. So I don't think there's any ground crew there at this time of the night. It's probably a small airport, so they probably go home at a certain time. So yeah, we're just gonna land here in a moment to Shoreham. So nothing spectacular. Just having a little bit of fun tonight. So figured this would be a kind of a cool thing to do. See if Nick pops in for to say hello. So we should start to descend here shortly. Yeah, I tell you that they really do well with the the lighting, you know, I would imagine even if we had like the live weather, it would still be a bit interesting to see. Eventually I gotta stop flying in this nice weather all the time. I gotta start getting used to flying in storms and whatnot. You can't always, you know, it's not always nice weather everywhere, so. Way off in the distance there, the red lights. It's kind of weird. He always around. He might, yeah. He might pop in. I sent him a direct message on
Cessna 237 descend and maintain 2,200 feet. Descend and maintain 2,200 feet, Cessna 237.
2,200. Okay. Vertical, go negative. Expedite our descent. Kind of figured out how to do that now without any guessing. We're gonna go to this point and then we're gonna track to the right just a smidge. No. Oh, don't tell me you're gonna do this to me now. Don't you do this to me now. Oh, come on. Budgets. It's healthy. Poor. Oh, come on. No. Don't you do this to me now. Don't you do this to me now. We were doing so well. Go over to, if you can hear me, go over to Twitch, Mick. Oop, okay, it fixed itself. Oh my goodness. I tell you, I am just having all kinds of fits today. We need to be looking out here because we're going to start getting instructions. Sorry, Mick. Yeah, the stream went a little wonky on me there for a second. I don't know what's going on. You might get a little bit of buffering, unfortunately. Okay.
Miles southwest of Shoreham. Contact Shoreham Tower on 125.405 when inbound on the approach.
All right, so we're doing an IFR flight.
Cessna 237. Shoreham Tower, Cessna 237, 8 miles southwest inbound RNAV runway 02 approach.
But look at the sunset though, Mick. Look at those colors. Yeah, look at that. I don't see the moon yet.
Cleared RNAV runway 02 approach, Cessna 237.
Alright, so let's look back in here. We should make our turn in here in a moment. Here it comes right now. Well, I was messing around, Mick, just figured I'd come in and do this kind of cheeky flight here in the UK just for fun. Yeah, so just kind of a fun thing. Okay. Just gotta find a way to make sure I don't lose the video on Twitch. Let me we are. Oh, look at that. We're lined up already. Start getting our flaps down so we can start slowing down. We're all lined up. You're brave, dude. Well, I mean, I figured this would be a good test of the IFR system and all that, because that's what apparently a lot of pilots use. The system for night flying. So, but yeah, our lights are on. Matter of fact, where's our landing lights? We should turn on our landing lights. Gotta find the landing lights.
Cessna 23, 7 wind 272 at tree. Cleared to land runway 02.
Cleared to land runway 02 Cessna 237.
Alright. There we go. Lights are on. Now we have a... Not that it makes any much difference, but... but there we are. Am I? Oh, I didn't know, Mick. Shoreham is near Brighton? Oh, okay. I didn't know. I'm learning something new now. We are not losing... Oh, I know why. Approach mode. Approach mode. Didn't capture the glide path yet, but we still got a bit of time. It should capture it now. See if it goes green there, the GP. Do a flight over Norfolk. Okay, I will eventually one day. Okay, we are not losing altitude like I expected we would, so we're going to fire the autopilots. And we are just going to take this in ourselves. Did not capture the glide path. I may have waited too late to put on the approach mode. That may be the reason why. Well, this is either going to turn out very well or it's going to be a bit of a... We're gonna make this work. We're gonna stick this landing there.
500.
Might be a little too high, but we're gonna make it. We're gonna make this. Oops, a little to the left, a little to the left. Pull up, pull up, pull up. Uh-oh. Oh, no!
Cessna 237 exit runway when able.
Oh, no, we totally botched that. That was my own fault. I think what happened. Well, it was worth a try. You know what? What the heck? Let's restart it. Why not? We're gonna do this one more time, and we're gonna make it work. Because it's a short flight. These are the places you know.
Traffic Cessna 237 taking off runway 05
well, I mean,
departure
some
to
of
the
them
east.
sound familiar, to be honest, Mick. I'm not gonna lie, it does sound familiar. Okay, let's make sure we have a altitude. Let's go like 2,500. I think that's more than reasonable. Okay, brakes off, take off. Oh. That's okay. Yeah, I think you're right, Nick. But I didn't get the approach like I expected, but I think I waited too long to put it on approach and get the glide path. So Leon Solent. It's really late now. Yeah. Alright, so it's going to climb up to 2,500 feet for us. Oh boy, we are... Come on, bring the nose back down just a bit so we don't stall. Yeah, I might have pushed forward just a smidge.
London Center
but we're going to try it again.
237 is passing 300 feet, climbing 3,000 feet.
Oh, it's saying
Cessna
3,000.
237 London, center altimeter 30 decimal, 2E continue as planned.
3,000 in. Oh no 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 no! Oh no no no! It's going negative. Oh come on!
Don't sink. 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 Don't sink.
Goodness gracious! I think I saved that. Wow, that just got crazy again. Oh, HM Naval Base. I don't remember seeing that before.
Cessna Speedbird 375, contact Heathrow approach on 119.73.
There we
Good
go.
day.
All right. Hey,
Going
Pulse,
to
how are you?
119.73,
Nothing happened,
Speedbird
Pulse.
375.
Now I'm gonna have to try a night landing. It looks really good. Well, it's certainly a lot tougher than I expected. So we're flying from Leon Solent to a Shoreham. There's Portsmouth. That name I do recognize, even though it's not in Train Sim World 2. South Sea I don't think I've heard of before. But there's Port Solent, Port Chester. Yeah, it does look good at night. Like I said, I'm just kind of tinkering around here. I figured I'd try this and see how it goes. Speed leveling off at 3,000 feet here. We should have. So I figured out how to change the map. So map range control, and use your trigger buttons. So I can see all the way out there, and then I can zoom back in. So I finally figured out how to work that. Alright, so we are finally. I flew a 747 from London to Brussels earlier. I did bounce and kept control. I was so proud. I hurt my hand when I touched the air. Well, I'm glad to hear that, Vic. That's awesome that you were able to do the flight. Did you do like an IFR flight? You plugged in all the information. You plotted, it put the info in for you into the computer, and you just hit the autopilot and let autopilot do everything? Was that is that how that worked? I feel better from home. Look at that. That just looks amazing. Did I change the weather? I don't think I did. No, I did not. I forgot to do that before we took off. Yeah, I feel like I lose sense of the plane when I'm flying outside, so I think we're just going to kind of hang in here and try this again. See how this goes. I blame the numpty internet lately. That's what. Okay, Stoke. I think I've heard of Stoke, but isn't there like different names for Stoke? Oh, I'm getting that weird poor quality, which is weird because it says it's excellent on Twitch right now. I even turned off unplugged my router and then turned it, plugged it back in. So hopefully, I thought maybe it would at least clear. So you might get a little bit of buffering. Sorry, folks. Things are just not going quite the way I expected them to. I don't know. I did a hard reboot on the Xbox, shut it down for about a minute or so, completely down, unplugged the router. It's just, I don't know. Something's not right. But it could be the weather, it could be any number of factors. So, alright, so we just need to, I think when we get closer, let's zoom in here on the map. Or zoom out, I mean. So we get ready to line up when we make that turn there to turn into the approach. I think that's when I should hit the approach button, and then it should have captured that information. then take over when you see the gates. I was having trouble with autopilot sticking to the route. Oh, that's interesting. Huh.
Cessna 237 contact showroom approach on 123.
Okay, so I remember this is where we start to go into 2,200 feet.
123.155 Cessna 37. Showroom approach Cessna 237 3,000 feet. Cessna 237 showroom approach altimeter 29.9.
Well, we should have should be a marker there coming up that says like 2,200. But maybe I thought it showed up right after we came. I don't know. Get that sky note. I can't get enough of that. That is just absolutely amazing, the color of the sunset. That is just phenomenal. Try this real quick. Here's that up. I'm going to open that widget. Okay. I think that kind of, well, it is what it is. All right, so yeah, just look at that. It's interesting. Oh, there it is. Okay. So let's go vertical speed, go negative.
Keep speed not above 160 knots. Expect RNAV runway 02 approach via EDPOD transition. Cleared to EDPOD Cessna 237.
Vertical negative. Oops. Negative. I figured out how to do the negative and positive on the. Hello, Chris. Hello, Amela. Welcome. We're just doing a little cheeky flight. We crashed this past time, but we're going to hopefully stick the landing this time. But we're on our way to 2,200 feet. Nice to see you here, Chris. I hope you're doing well. Haven't seen you in a while. We got 3 people watching on Twitch, too. Thank you all for coming in. This is just kind of a off-the-cuff, just an extra stream. We crashed the first time, but we're going to come back around here. We're going to land the sucker. Way too fast. But it gave us an approach. I'm doing okay, Chris. Bill, you shoot.
You are 600 feet below your assigned altitude. Climb and maintain 3,000 feet altitude.
Oh, maybe I should have waited for them to tell me, but they're going to tell me to go to 2,200
Climb
feet
and
shortly
maintain
anyway.
3,000 feet Cessna 237.
Well, we're just gonna get to 2,200 feet anyway. I might have done that a little too early, but all right. So there, we're gonna make that little turn coming up. We're gonna dip just a little bit to the right and then turn in left. Yeah, I'm doing okay, Chris. Good to see you here. Oh, we were talking about street waffles in Tulsa stream last night. I remember that.
Cessna 237, please expedite your climb 3,000 feet.
No, we're going to be going to 2200 anyway, so we're already here. We're going to stay right here. I'm doing okay. Just kind of going through some stuff with this project and just, I don't know, it's becoming more, what's the word, it's becoming a bit of a headache for the fact that it's all volunteer. You know, I volunteer my time and my skills as a photographer and not getting any kind of compensation for it. It's just yeah, it's more headache than it feels like it's worth.
Cessna 237, descend and maintain
See?
2,200 feet. Descend and maintain 2,200 feet.
We're already there. That's all right. So when we turn to the, we're going to kind of glide to the right there. We're going to zoom in here just a touch now. Figured out how to do all that. So when we're going to make that little dodge to the right, and then we're going to turn in left. It'll end eventually, Mick. It'll end eventually. Oh, there we go. We dip to the right a little bit. Come up on that track. And when we come around, I'm going to turn on the approach mode and see if we can't get that sort of approach lineup. I can make you feel better with car mechanic. Well, either that or maybe a Bella with some numpty driving on like Hamburg to Lübeck or something. Yeah, I heard all the drama of the. Are they giving you another day off tomorrow? Oh, that's a good.
Cessna 237, you are 8 miles southwest of Shoreham.
Okay.
Contact Shoreham Tower on 125.405 when inbound on the approach. Tower
So
on
I feel
125.405 Cessna 237.
Zoom in just a bit more
Shoreham
here
Tower
on the
Cessna
map.
237, 8 miles southwest inbound RNAV runway 02 approach.
Cessna 237 Shoreham Tower. Altimeter 29.902 wind 272 and 3.
I feel like once we complete
Cleared
this
RNAV
turn
runway
coming up
02
here,
approach.
so there's our runway
Cleared RNAV
area
runway
right
02
there.
approach Cessna 237.
All right, here we go. I'm going to turn on, once we complete the turn and line up, that's when I'm going to hit the approach button. And it should give us, hopefully that goes green this time and follows the glide path in. I love how it does that. It just dips the wing to the right just a smidge, and then back to the left, lines us up. And it's going to correct itself back to the right. All right, approach mode, approach mode. All right, let's start reducing our speed here. Let's get some flaps down. Let's go a little more. Okay, captured the glide path this time. Yes, we're gonna nail it this time. We're gonna fire that
7 wind 272 at tree. Clear to
crazy
land runway
autopilot
02.
at the right time. I love firing the autopilot. That is
Clear
so
to
much
land
fun.
runway 02 Cessna 237.
Oh no, Mick, that's not good. I know what you mean too. I've never been that sunburned on my hands, but on my arms or whatever. Oh, I used to get terrible when I used to go to Laguna Seca. Even though it would be foggy, it's just that sun somehow burns through the fog and just would bake me. Oh man! All right, so now we're on a good approach this time. That was the mistake I made the last time. I didn't hit the approach button at the correct time. We got this time. We are landing in Shoreham just because we can. Because it's a video. It's a flight simulator. Thank you for the vote of confidence, Bex. Alright, let's go a little bit slow. Let's put our last bit of flap down. We are lined up. Trying to maintain a little bit of speed coming in till we're just over the. Just as we get ready to go, don't do an umbrella. Well, I already did before. I had a bit of a crash, but that's okay. I'm learning, and I have to be a bit more patient and just remember when to toggle things. Like we're gonna land this. We're gonna be in the cockpit when we land. We're not going to do... I'm trying to get away from doing a landing out here, because now at night, it's really hard to see the aircraft. I mean, we can see the kind of silhouette of it as we glide over the lights in the background, but it doesn't really lend any credence to when we're trying to land. Hot chocolate is well nicer. Second latte at the ready. There we go, Mick. I know if you got the latte and it's not going to shake, we're good to go. Might be just a smidge bumpy, but I flew back to Lake Charles a little while ago, and it was a perfect, I think it was just darn near a perfect landing. There was no bumping up and down. I set it down, and it was perfect. All right. Let's just make sure. But yeah, we are on the glide path, so I think we're going to be okay this time.
500.
Yep, we got this. All right, preparing to fire the autopilot at any moment now. Come on, autopilot. You just got a little bit more of a job to do, and then you're done. Holding at about 240 feet. There's the runway. All right. Fire the autopilot. There we go. That wasn't too bad.
Cessna 237
Welcome to Shoreham.
Taxiway.
There it is. That wasn't too bad. Little bit of a bump. But that wasn't too bad. All told.
Cessna 237 contact ground on 123.155.
Is there like
123.155.
it's a grass
Cessna
taxiway. What in the blue blazes?
Shoreham ground, Cessna 237 taxi to parking. Cessna 237 taxi to general aviation parking using taxiway Foxtrot, cross runway 06 Mike Alpha.
That's a very,
Taxiing
it's
to
a
General
grass
Aviation
taxiway.
Parking via taxiway Foxtrot.
That's
Cross
interesting.
Runway 06 Mike Alpha Cessna 237.
Amen. We got clearance. Clarence got fired right at the last minute, just as always. The good thing is Clarence can't file a complaint against me. Sometimes Clarence is so numpty, it's not even funny. Yeah, that wasn't too bad. Well, welcome to Shoreham, everybody. My first time here. Oops. Get the flaps back up. Not too bad for a second go around at night. Next time I'll have a hot chocolate ready to celebrate. Well, that's good to hear. Thank you, Emil. I appreciate that. Okay, now we're back on a paved run taxiway. That's interesting. Part of it is paved and part of it is not. So obviously you can't have too heavy of an aircraft to taxi, I would imagine, because that grass might not do too well with a heavier plane. So I guess we picked the right airport to fly into. Just for our little extra video tonight. Oops, wow, this is a bit weird. I feel like it's like a maze. Is this the best ramp for a guest from America? I mean, really? Nobody's here to greet me. Somebody didn't even call emergency. Oh, nope, there's somebody. You can't even hardly see them. All right, well, let's stop the engine. Oops. Do our checklist for shutdown. Oops. Securing, and then we will be done. Bingo. There it is. That wasn't too bad. For a little 22-minute flight at night, that's my third night landing overall. That's the third one I've done. So, yeah, not too shabby. I guess the second one counted. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, just a bit of fun tonight. Hopefully everybody enjoyed. Thanks all for hanging out for just a little bit. Sorry we had the bit of the numptiness earlier. But, well, thank you. Appreciate that, Pulse. Yeah, just kind of a spur of the moment sort of thing. Just trying to get a little bit more comfortable with the 172 and try to figure out some of this IFR stuff and all that. So whenever I might just do impromptu videos sometimes, but yeah. Well, thank you, Bex. Appreciate that as well. All right, well, that's going to be it. Again, I will see you tomorrow morning on the Arosa line. Mick, have your Stroop waffles and latte ready. You're welcome, Mick. I figured that kind of cheer you up, do a little cheeky flight over to around the UK there along the south and at night. So yeah, latte and Stroop waffles tomorrow because we're on the Arosa line. I know Umbella will be jealous because Umbella doesn't have any Stroop waffles, I reckon. Anyway, that's going to be it. I will see you all tomorrow morning.